think it's just I kept on it's like the mucus kept on going down to my throat and then like hard.
Yeah, you gotta get it out. This is gonna help you in the hot tea.
I used the hot too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Delana and I'm a single mom of 2 amazing girls. Today I'm sharing something that I have known for years when I was a new mom, what I actually do when my children come down with the flu or cold. When both kids get sick at the same time, it can be overwhelming. You're juggling fevers, complaints, trying to make them feel comfortable, while trying to maintain the home. But over the years, I've developed a system using natural remedies that actually work. Before we dive in, I want to say that I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice, it's just what works for our family. Always consult your pediatrician, especially if your children have underlying health conditions or if symptoms are severe. Okay, let's get into it. The importance of natural remedies. So why do I focus on natural remedies? Well, for one, I believe that God gave us everything we need in nature to support our body's healing process, like herbs, fruits, vegetables. To me, they aren't just foods, it's medicine. Now, I'm not against conventional medicine when it's needed, but for common illnesses like the flu, I found that supporting the body naturally can be incredibly effective. Plus, as a single mom on a teacher's budget, these remedies are actually more affordable than consistently running to the pharmacy. The other thing is that I want my kids to grow up understanding that their bodies are designed to heal and that we can support that healing with what God has provided. It's about building their immune systems long term, not just masking symptoms. So with that foundation, let me show you exactly what I make when flu season hits our home. So first up is my immune boosting juice. This is the cornerstone of what I do. While my kids are sick, this juice serves as both nourishment and medicine. When you have the flu, often your appetite is gone, but your body desperately needs nutrients to fight, right? This juice is how I get those nutrients into them because, you know, what kid wants to eat fruits and vegetables, like a whole plate of them, fresh, right? So I put it in a juice. Let me walk you through each ingredient and why it matters. I start with 2 bags of organic Pink Lady apples. These apples are sweeter, which helps mask some of the strong flavors. Also, these apples are packed with vitamin C and antioxidants. The organic part is important to me because when you're juicing, you're concentrating on everything, including pesticides, if they're present. So I make sure I wash my fruits and veggies to avoid as much pesticides as possible. Then I add another bag of Granny Smith apples. These are more tart and have more vitamin C. That variety of apples gives a better nutritional profile and a more balanced flavor. So I like to mix the apples. Next, you see me washing some spinach and mint. Now, I love me some mint. The taste of mint, I love it. For this purpose of the juice, I'm adding the mint to the juice for taste purposes. Now, I know that there are some health benefits when it comes to mint. However, I'm just adding for the taste because guess who's drinking it too? Now, I also add spinach. Spinach is more for the vitamins and nutrients. That's the reason why I'm adding that. Now, when I do make juices, I really do not like to make juices with strictly only fruits. I like to add vegetables because once again, veggies are just as important as fruits. Another thing I like to add is about an ounce or 2 of turmeric root. Now, if you can find fresh turmeric root, that is great. So here's the key tip. I add black pepper to the juice. And you might be thinking, black pepper? Wow, that's gotta taste pretty nasty. But actually it doesn't, because I don't put too much black pepper. I only put about 2 shakes or a pinch or 2. It's just enough for it to do its job. So a retired twice doctor told me that if you're adding or using turmeric, it's important to add black pepper because black pepper is going to activate the turmeric. Black pepper has what is called pepperine in it, and turmeric has curcumin. Hopefully I'm saying those words correctly. Now, without the black pepper, your body doesn't absorb the turmeric as well. Okay, so you need the turmeric and the black pepper in order for your body to absorb them well. That's what a retired twice doctor told me. Next, I add about a half a pound of fresh ginger. Now, ginger is incredibly powerful. It's anti-inflammatory and it helps with nausea if they have an upset stomach. And it also supports the immune system. Fresh ginger is more potent than the powdered stuff you get in the jars in the spice aisle. But when I'm juicing this much ginger, I don't even really peel it. I just wash it underneath the sink and put it in my juicer. I also squeeze 1 lemon. In the video, you see me cutting on the other side of my juicer, and that's the lemon that I'm cutting. And then I squeeze it into the juicer. Lemon is also packed with vitamin C, and it helps alkaline the body, which creates an environment where viruses and bacteria struggle to thrive. Now, I juice all of this together to make the juice. It's usually about 32 to 48 ounces, depending on how much juice is in the apples. I serve it to my children as they need it.
You feel like you're getting better?
Yes. And it's just I kept on it's like the mucus kept on going down to my throat and then like hard.
Yeah, you gotta get it out. This is gonna help you in the hot tea.
I use the hot tea. I like it's good.
The juice honestly is so good. They like it and they want more because it's that good. Now, the goal here isn't to force them to drink a huge amount at once, but it's to keep their bodies consistently nourished and hydrated while they're healing. Last, I add about a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary powder. Now, rosemary powder has a lot of nutrients of its own. I like to add the rosemary for the cognitive purposes. I do not add so much rosemary that you taste it. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary that I add to the drink. And I usually do that at the end. Now for the tea segment. Now the juice is for nourishment and immune support. First, I use a warm cup of water, which you see me heat on the stove if I didn't cut that out. And the next ingredient is Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Now I know apple cider vinegar is something that most people don't like because it is very strong, but it is what I use to break a fever. Story time. Now, when I was a first-time mom and my daughter was about 2 or 3 years old, I remember her having a fever. And as a first-time mom, you know, it's your first child. You're trying to do everything right. I was panicking a little bit. And so I started asking the doctor, like, you know, what is wrong with my daughter? And, you know, what does she have? What do I need to give her? And he was like, oh, she just has a fever. And I'm like, what is a fever? Can you explain to me what is a fever? I don't understand a fever. What is a fever? And he was telling me that it is just a symptom of something else going on in the body. Something like possibly a virus. And honestly, in that moment, I was just like, oh, that helped me calm down a little bit to understand that a fever is a symptom. And I also questioned in my mind, like, why does he not know what she has? Because he couldn't really pinpoint what she had at that time. And he just generalized it as a virus and then told me to get some over-the-counter fever medicine, Tylenol. I am not a fan of over-the-counter medicine. I have never been. I have stories and reasons why. I am not a fan. I do feel like there's a time and a place, but for something like that, I just didn't think it was appropriate. However, that day I did get the fever medicine until I found another remedy, which I later found. So I did some research on like natural remedy for a fever, and I found apple cider vinegar, and I thought, what? That's crazy. Apple cider vinegar? Yeah, right. Well, a year or two later, when she had a fever again, I tried it. I put a half a cap of apple cider vinegar into some warm water and had her drink it. And I promise you, her fever left her. If it didn't leave her, it went down drastically. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like for real. It really works. And I just thought, wow, God is really amazing. Everything he made for us, everything he made is good for the body. So I was like, wow, I'm not doing that over-the-counter stuff again. So here it is. Many years later, she's got a fever again. Kids at the school, everybody was coming down with something. And my kid got it. So this is what I did. I took apple cider vinegar, and now that she's older, I gave her a capful, put it in some warm water. And I also added about three drops of oil of oregano. And that's what I gave them. Again, it did kill the fever. And I just kept pumping my children with plenty of the juice that I made and tea. And of course, I gave them something to eat. But I mostly gave them those two remedies that I'm mentioning to you. Another protocol that I also took, which is a hygiene protocol, I replaced their toothbrushes. And the reason why I replaced their toothbrushes, because if they're brushing their teeth and they have the virus is most likely on that toothbrush. So I replaced their toothbrush. If not, if it's a brand new one and I don't feel like it's time to throw it away, I'll dip it in peroxide and to clean it off that way. Now, another thing I do is I strip all the sheets and the blankets and wipe off their common areas where they touch, door handles, closet door handles. Those are the types of things I do in order to help them. So let's recap. So when it comes to the juice, my ingredients are apples, ginger, turmeric, black pepper, lemon, and rosemary. And when it comes to the tea, my remedies are, of course, warm water, apple cider vinegar, and oil of oregano. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What natural remedies does your family use? Drop a comment below, share your tips. We can all learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I share tips on natural living, budget-friendly family solutions, and intentional parenting. I'm trying to post videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm praying that your family stays healthy this season. If you're in the middle of sick days right now, I'm praying for a quick recovery for you and your little ones. You've got this, mama. Or dad, if you're a dad. All right, I'll see you in the next one.